Lucas Giolito, talking about the Red Sox and their thoughts post-deadline. And something that I think comes out of this weekend for the Red Sox sweeping the Astros. I don't know this. I'm hoping, based on what he just said as a player, is that we're not going to get Alex Cora again complaining and whining about the deadline. And the only reason why is because the team is playing well. And they're a better team than some of the teams in recent years. Does that make sense? And Giolito's part of the reason why.
Yeah.
He's been good. We're going to count on him?
I don't know if you can count on him.
No, we're not.
I don't know if you can count on him.
Just had Lucas Giolito.
Listen, let me just, if I could just jump in. Did you see this Jeff Passan thing? The Red Sox came close, according to Jeff Passan, the Red Sox came close to landing Joe Ryan when they expressed a willingness to part with a number of high-end prospects. But that didn't occur until the deadline was nearing and the Twins were focused on other moves. They were less keen on moving Ryan. That pisses me off because we all talked about this. You did, about you don't have to wait till the very end of the deadline. The Red Sox knew they needed pitching. Go be aggressive, take initiative, and go do some of that before the deadline happens, and they probably would have got him based on that report. But they got preoccupied. They wanted to move other pieces. They didn't have time, and then the deadline happened. So that's annoying because that says to me, they did have a close enough package, but it was just other things got in the way. If you had taken initiative, you might have been able to get him.
I mean, regardless of how the way you looked at it, he mismanaged the deadline.
Yes.
Either they weren't close and he had tunnel vision for that deal and you didn't get another guy, or you were close and to your point, you waited too long and then the deal didn't get done. Either way.
Yeah, and then they took that hard pivot to Dustin May.
Yeah.
It's like a consolation prize. But aren't you more hopeful that he will be a Red Sox come the offseason now, based off of that report? That they were close to a deal, they ran out of time?
I don't believe them. I don't believe them. And I feel
if that's true.
I feel like, okay, if it's true, yeah, I guess so. I guess they could do a deal like Crochet, and it's obviously a more likely scenario that they'd get a deal done like that in the offseason than at the deadline. But Dondero's take is the right one. We were talking about Joe Ryan 3.5, 4 weeks ago, right here, saying Joe Ryan is the guy to go get.
The pictures at the All-Star game, the two of them standing next to each other.
This wasn't a surprise. Why did they not call until the day of the deadline? How stupid are they? Which tells me that's not a real effort.
Right.
Which is why I don't believe them. They made that call at the end. Oh, yeah, let's make the call and say we made the call. And then tell everybody we were close.
Right.
If you really wanted the guy, you called 2 weeks in advance. But they didn't do that because they didn't. Because they ultimately didn't. They just wanted to be able to put it out there that they had tried. So I don't buy it. I don't believe them. So I'm not encouraged by it. But back to the point. You think Cora's cool with the deadline?
No, I think you're giving him way too much credit right now, to be honest with you.
Has he shown signs of being the same guy he's been?
Yeah, Passan came on Friday and said that there are people inside the organization that expected the team to do more. Who do we think that was? I think that's Alex Cora.
It's definitely Alex Cora.
So I don't think you can come out right now if you're Alex Cora and rip them when you're sweeping the Houston Astros. But if this thing starts to go south, 100% he's going to throw Craig Breslow under the bus.
Well, he should, by the way, and this is the difference this year that I feel about him. If he throws that front office under the bus, I think he's justified in doing it. The problem is he's got to walk a fine line here of not letting it happen right now because they're winning. And he's got players that are saying, hey, whatever the deadline was, it was, and we're a good team, we're capable. And so as long as they're winning, that doesn't come out the way it did in previous years. Yeah. But you're right. If it goes south, Alex Cora should bury him. But I don't know what Alex Cora is now. You know, he might be compromised. He might be too friendly with John Henry. You know, Maz knows about these things, being friendly with John Henry. You know, he got that contract, $7 million a year to be the manager of the Red Sox. He wanted to be here.
Yeah,
they give him days off.
Yeah.
They've got a great benefits package.
The benefits package is phenomenal.
You know, the PTO program that they're running for him is awesome.
Yep. So now you can do whatever at the deadline, whatever you want to do is cool, man. Yeah, as long as that PTO gets approved, I'm good.
Does Maz get like a Bonilla day, you think?
Hope so. For his Nesson, his 1 year of Nesson.
They're
paying him out every August 1. That's why Maz was there. He was picking up his check.
Yeah, Maz Day.
That's why he was there August 1st every year. He's picking up his Nesson check. after they moved on after one season. So I just want to kind of monitor that.
Yeah.
And this has been the worst of the do-nothing deadlines for the Red Sox. This has been the worst one so far.
Definitely.
This is being in an abusive relationship, being a fan of the Red Sox. This is what it is. You know, you should leave. You should say, no, they'll never treat me right. And yet you keep going back for more.
Somehow it's the worst one, even though you saw it coming. You knew it was going to happen.
I can't believe an organization like this traded their best player in Rafael Devers. And somehow the fan base, by the way, won back the fan base during that time, only to then
It's unbelievable.
Knife him in the back a couple months later and not do anything at the deadline. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. So you have a GM who's, a CBO.
Yes. Yep.
Who handled the deadline poorly. But I also think he's carrying out orders from his cheap-ass owner. That's what I think it is. That's what I think is going on. I think this is now their philosophy. They value efficiency over everything else. That's it. And so, as much as I think Breslow's a stiff, copyright Craig Moshe, as much as I think he's an effing stiff, I think his owner is the guy who's kind of put him in power for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, I look at Henry, and my issue with him is the fact that you don't have a sense of urgency within your organization, and that allows your CBO to have a deadline the way that he did. Say, you know what, we tried, we got uncomfortable, and nothing landed, and that's acceptable. That's the issue I have with
and
John
faced
Henry.
no consequences. He
Exactly.
probably got an attaboy.
Yeah.
Probably got a pat on the back. Maybe an invite to the owner's box.
Yeah, multiple teams with worse records do way more than the Red Sox.
I haven't done a single impression today. Do you know how proud of myself I am for that?
That's good. That's restraint. It's
You
good.
did do the Susan Waldman.
Plenty of peanuts and Cracker Jacks up here, my good friend Maz. How did you enjoy my scabs at the concession stands? They work. By the way, the strike still going on, or they're going back on strike? What was the update from Fenway on that over the weekend? I'll look into it. I'll get the details. Yeah. What a mess that is, too. They cheap out at the deadline. They can't even pay the people selling beers and hot dogs. And you want them to go get Joe Ryan? Of course that wasn't happening. Of course. I don't believe anything these guys say.